Leon the Professional has a rule: no women, no kids. Well, apparently there's another rule, Rule 0, don't F with cats. And that is the new title of a limited series on Netflix. It's also a documentary. As a former cat owner and obviously a dog owner, as you can tell with Buddy the Brave here, what is shown in the documentary is hard to get through. And it made me want to jump off the couch at points and go all medieval torture on the perp. I gotta be honest, if you can get past the first 35 minutes of this Netflix documentary crime series, then it will glue your butt to the couch. A video popped up online in 2010 showing a young man torturing and eventually killing kittens. Then a group of civilians armed with nothing but the internet set out to find out who this guy was and catch him. But he decided he wanted to get off my lap and go snuggle someplace else. So there, he's not here anymore. There you go. How's that for continuity? The first part of the first episode is terrible, sickening, disgusting, just maddening, and just makes you really pissed off. And while they don't show the actual killing of the animals, thankfully, I'm so glad for that, because there was no way in the world I would have been able to watch that. We do get to hear descriptions of it. And that's almost just as bad, because then my mind fills in some of the blanks on that. But it put my heart and my stomach up into my throat. I mean, my pulse was quickening, just my blood pressure starting to boil at what I'm watching on this, because it is a visceral response. This is somebody taking something that is absolutely cannot defend themselves. I mean, they are vulnerable to the nth degree, just like a small child. And yeah, when you do bad things to that, I wish bad things on you, and I just want to yeah, in all kinds of places. As tough as that first episode is to get through, stick with it. The tension rises, the mystery builds, and it makes it worth it in the end. So you have a group of online individuals who are determined to find out who this person is. Except, see, the problem is that the video is uploaded online. So they could be anywhere in the world. And then it's not just high quality HD video or even 4K where you can tell all kinds of little details and you could pause it, zoom in, like you could zoom in and see one of those different Funkos behind me and really tell which one it was and from where. You can't do this in the 2010 video. So they're working with grainy stuff. And now they're trying to, once they think that they've identified something, they try and identify where in the world it would be. And then to convince officials like police or Interpol or whatever that this person is doing this, and look, this is video proof of them, this is where they live. Yeah, good luck with that. And it also doesn't help that the dude's face is never shown clearly online. And I think that's it. I think the biggest or the most clear vision that they ever get of the person is just a profile. So, that's got to be frustrating as well. And then you watch the group, the online group who's trying to find this person, they become obsessed. And the downside to obsession is sometimes it can lead to destruction. And so I'm glad that the documentary shows that side as well. And they acknowledge and they have a discussion about this, about what their actions meant when they were just trying to solve this crime. This is crafted as a wonderful mystery thriller. I mean, the clues unfold slowly, and then sometimes it's thwarted, and so you get frustrated, or sometimes they're false leads, and then there's just other things that come into play that I'm not going to tell you about that just compound the mystery aspect of it. Fans of true crime, you're really going to be able to get into this series. And it's short. It's only 3 episodes, only about an hour each. I binged it just like that. I mean, I wasn't sure I was gonna watch it. I was interested, but the title and even the trailer was like, oh gosh. And I think they showed something in the trailer that I don't think they showed in the actual series, or at least how my brain perceived what I was seeing in the trailer, thankfully, because there was a part, and all I'm gonna say is a blender. And that didn't come into play what I saw on the documentary at all. Trust me, after the first episode, you're not going to want to stop. You are going to want to keep watching through to find out the outcome, to see who this perpetrator is, and do they catch him. I like that there are interviews with some of the online group, as well as the investigators, news people, news footage, just a whole bunch of different points of view brought into this to give us a well-rounded story, to help tell that story through their words of what they were experiencing as they went through it. Honestly, this is an international mystery thriller that could hold its own against some major studio productions, just in the terms of story, because this is a true story and it's hard to beat the truth. If you don't know anything about the case, don't Google it. Let the mystery unfold in front of you and just experience it as it goes. If you do know this case already, then you might find it really intriguing just from all of the interviews and just seeing some of the in-depth steps as they progress through the case. This is one of those series that's really hard to recommend. I mean, on one hand, you have terribly disgusting and disturbing behavior and content. But then on the other, it's wildly intriguing and interesting and told in a really entertaining way. And it's not glorifying the disgusting and the disturbing behavior. You'll know what you can personally handle. Thankfully, though, almost all of the pet-related stuff happens in the first part of the first episode. There is sex, nudity, profanity, violence, and graphic descriptions of violence that is very disturbing. This shouldn't be seen by anybody who's not an adult. And even at that point, you need to make sure that you're emotionally stable to be able to watch it. I give Don't F With Cats: The Hunt for an Internet Killer 4.5 out of 5 couches. Are you a pet lover? What kind of pet do you have living with you? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.